Okay, so this training is related with Cisco ASA firewall device. I'm recording this session on my side, and after this session, I will share with you.
Yeah.
Let's focus on topic discussion today. Wait. Topic discussion today. Okay, what topics we can cover in our complete training? Okay, I'm Ajit. Okay, so let's talk about topic discussion today.
Yes.
This complete Cisco ASA firewall device will take will take minimum 18 to 24 hour. Minimum 18 to 24 hour. And what I can provide you into this training, so I will provide you slides and notes. So we have proper notes for each topic. Proper notes for each topic. For example, if we are discussing about ACL or NAT implementation, we have proper notes. Now, next I will provide you, it's a lab setup software. So yes, for practice, you need lab setup software. And for lab setup, I will share with you after this session. Okay, I will share with you EVNG full pack. EVNG full pack software. In EVNG full pack, you can get all devices image. It is pre-installed, everyone. All devices image, not only Cisco ASA, you can get Cisco Firepower, Palo Alto, Fortinet, Checkpoint, okay, router, switches, Windows machine, server operating system. So this EVNG full pack, it's a 70 GB file. And today I will share with you after this session, 70 GB file. You can just import this file into VMware workstation. How to set up the lab, okay? For set up the lab, I will share a video with you. You can follow the step in case if you face any issue, I can help you, no problem. Okay. So let's focus on our topic discussion. So our first is what? Basic configuration about Cisco ASA firewall. So the point is, we have two type of firewall device. We can go with second generation firewall device, and we have SDFW, next generation firewall device. So Cisco ASA is an example of second generation firewall, not second generation firewall. But if you talk about Cisco FTD, Fortinet, Checkpoint, or Palo Alto firewall, so these are called next generation firewall. Into this training, we'll focus on how to work with Cisco ASA firewall. Why? Because if you want to learn Cisco firewall devices, so in Cisco we have two options: second generation firewall and next generation firewall. So first you can learn Cisco ASA. Why? Because if you want to if you want to learn Cisco FTD, Cisco next generation firewall device, so you need to know how to work with Cisco ASA firewall. Because what is FTD? FTD is nothing. FTD is a combination of Cisco ASA firewall engine and Cisco firepower engine. Firepower. This is not firepower threat defense, Ajit, okay? This is firepower. Firepower means what? I'm talking about NG-IPS device. This is what NG-IPS, next generation intrusion prevention system. So this is, if I'm saying firepower, so this is not a next generation firewall, Ahmad. Clear my point?
Yeah, yeah.
And firepower means what? It's a NG-IPS. So it's a next generation IPS engine. So when Cisco combined ASA engine and firepower engine, so now they have what? A single firewall device. Single device is called FTD, firepower threat defense. Okay, so to start FTD, you need to know how to work with Cisco ASA firewall. This is base. Cisco ASA firewall, adaptive security appliance. So now we'll discuss about the basic configuration, how to do basic configuration, what is Cisco ASA firewall, and why. Why Cisco ASA firewall, and what are the feature? What are the feature we have in Cisco ASA firewall? So I can explain to any network administrator, any network engineer. Okay, what features we have in Cisco ASA firewall device. We can also discuss product family. It is important because if you are familiar with Cisco routers, Cisco switches, okay, Cisco routers, for example, in Cisco router, yes, we have a low-end router, right? Mid-range router, Ajit, Ajit, can you hear me? Ahmed, can you hear me?
Yes, yes, I can hear. Yes, yes.
Ajit, can you hear me, dear? Ajit, you can type on chat window. Okay. Can you hear me? Okay, perfect. Now, so we'll discuss about the product family. Okay, it is important because if I want to deploy a firewall device, I need to know which firewall is suitable for my organization. Okay, I need to know the entry-level firewall series or mid-range firewall series or data center firewall series, or in case if I'm looking for a virtualization network, cloud environment, so which firewall series is suitable. So we can discuss product family, we can discuss basic basic option, how to do configuration, and see Cisco ASA firewall, everyone. Cisco ASA firewall, you can manage through CLI. You can manage through CLI. 99% configuration, 100% configuration you can configure through CLI. But Cisco ASA firewall device is giving you option like other vendor, okay, like other firewall device. Cisco ASA firewall device is giving you option. Yes, you can manage through graphical page. You can manage through graphical page. And for graphical page, we can discuss application ASDM software. Through ASDM software, yes, you can access your Cisco ASA firewall graphically. I will show you how to access, how to manage Cisco ASA firewall with graphical page. But if you follow the course contained, okay, 100% configuration you will configure through CLI command. But I will show you how to manage through graphical page. So we can go for the basic configuration. We can go for the interface configuration, how to configure interface, like physical interface or logical interface, For example, I want to configure fast Ethernet 0/0, or I want to configure Ether channel here, red interface here, like other firewall device. Yes, you can configure interfaces. And Cisco ASA firewall, its work with a concept is called security level. Its work with a concept is called what? Security level. If you talk about other firewall device like Palo Alto, Checkpoint, and FTD, these are called JBF firewall device. These are what? These are called JBF, zone-based firewall device. But Cisco ASA is not a zone-based firewall device. Cisco ASA works with security level concept. What is security level? What is security level? We'll discuss, okay? We'll discuss in interface configuration. What is security level?
Can I ask you, please, Mr. Jito?
Yes, Ahmed.
The Fortinet, is it also zone-based firewall?
No. Fortinet is not a zone-based firewall. No.
Uh,
Fortinet is not a zone-based firewall. In case if you are working with any zone-based firewall device, Ahmed, okay?
Yeah.
Any zone-based firewall device. So in zone-based firewall device, concept, for example, you have Palo Alto firewall, okay?
Mm.
Palo Alto firewall, and this is zone-based firewall. So in zone-based firewall, we have a concept. If you want to allow your traffic from one zone to another zone, you can create policy, Ahmed.
Important.
You can create policy. Like in Palo Alto, we can create security policy. Okay, in checkpoint, we can create access policy. In FTD, we can create access control policy. But
Right.
Fortinet is not a zone-based firewall. No. In Fortinet, concept is what? If you want to allow your traffic from one incoming interface to another outgoing interface, then you can create your policy. Okay.
Okay.
So in Fortinet, you can define incoming and outgoing interface. Now let's focus on topic. So we can discuss about traffic flow through the firewall device. Yes, it is important. You need to know how traffic is traveling through the firewall device, through the Cisco ASA firewall device. Default traffic flow. Now security level concept. I told you we have a concept of security level in Cisco ASA. How to configure remote management in case if I want to configure Cisco ASA firewall device through Telnet, through SSH. Yes, option is available, Telnet and SSH. Routing configuration. So see, Cisco ASA is a firewall device, right? So we need to utilize firewall feature. We need to utilize firewall feature. But see, like other vendors, Cisco is giving option in case if you want to configure routing feature in firewall device. Yes, you can configure. See, for routing implementation, we have a dedicated device. We have a dedicated appliance, router device. But option is available here, like other vendor. In firewall, you can configure static routing, default routing, and dynamic routing. Version 2, EIGRP, and OSPF you can implement. So to allow your traffic from one subnet to another subnet, routing is required. Now ACL, remember ACL concept in CCNA training, everyone? Ajit, Ahmed, ACL,
Yeah. Yeah.
access control list, and we are familiar with standard access list and extended access list in CCNA training. But in Cisco ASA firewall, you can only implement named ACL, and in named ACL, you can only configure extended access list. So how to create access list and why it's required? Why it's required access control list? This is ACL, policy configuration, you can say. So to allow your traffic, you can configure ACL. NAT, yes, NAT is an important topic and it's a common topic for any firewall device. Any firewall device. If you guys remember NAT concept in CCNA training, so we have three type of NAT, right?
Yeah.
Static NAT,
Dynamic
dynamic NAT,
and PAT. Port
and
address.
a PAT option. Thank you. PAT option. Port address translation. So if you are familiar with CCNA training, you can configure these type of NAT in router. But in firewall device, we can discuss two type of NAT. The first one is what? Source NAT, and the second option is what? Destination NAT. Destination NAT. So now the point is what? What is the difference in between source NAT and destination NAT? In which scenario we can use source NAT option, and what is the scenario to configure destination NAT? Which yes, we'll discuss in detail. So static NAT, source NAT, source NAT. So static NAT, dynamic NAT, and PAT. These are called source NAT implementation. And in destination NAT, traffic is always initiated from outside network. We'll discuss in detail, okay? What is source NAT scenario, what is destination NAT scenario, and how to configure both option in Cisco ASA firewall. Clear my point?
Yeah, yeah.
Everyone clear? Ajit, Ahmed?
Yeah, one question, please, Mr. Jito.
Sure, you can ask.
The DNAT does it mean that when you translate from the WAN to the LAN?
Yes, when traffic is initiated from WAN side, Ahmed,
Oh, okay.
and trying to go in your LAN side network, trying to go in your DMZ side network, for
Oh,
this scenario, you can implement destination NAT.
thank you.
Yes. Now, what is object group? So now here we have an option for advanced ACL implementation. Yes, you can configure ACL to allow your traffic, but in Cisco ASA firewall, you can go with object group option. You can go with advanced ACL implementation. We'll discuss in detail. Now, like other vendor, Cisco ASA is giving you option. You can also implement next generation IP. You can also configure next generation IP routing. Yes, IP version 6. So I will show you how to configure IPv6 address in Cisco ASA firewall. And in case if you are looking for routing implementation, yes, we have a concept, IP routing. Now these topics, IP routing, NAT, routing implementation, these are what? These options are related with L3 firewall device. L3 firewall device. But remember always we can use our firewall device in two mode. Either we can use our firewall device as a L3 firewall device, or you can use your complete box as a layer 2 firewall. So you can say layer 3 firewall, or you can say NAT mode firewall, or rooted mode firewall. L2 firewall, you can say, or you can say transparent firewall device. My point is, we can use our firewall device in two mode. Either you can go with a NAT mode firewall, or you can say L3 firewall device, or you can go with layer 2 firewall, transparent firewall device. So in case if I have a box, in case I have a box, and this box I'm using as L3 firewall box, L3 firewall box. So these interfaces are called L3 interfaces, everyone. These are what? L3 interfaces. So we can configure IP address on these interfaces. Just like a router interface, we can configure IP address on these interfaces. We can configure routing into this box. Routing, we can configure NAT, we can configure VPN, and it's a firewall device, so we can utilize firewall features, no problem. But in case if you are using this complete box as a layer 2 firewall or as a transparent firewall device, then if you are using this complete box as a layer 2 firewall device, so these interfaces are what? These interfaces are called
False.
L2 interfaces. L2
Oh,
interface. It's not a switch port, Ahmad.
okay.
It's a L2 interface. It means what, Ajit? We cannot configure IP address. It's not a switch port, no. L2 means what? We cannot configure IP address on these interfaces. We cannot configure routing into this box. NAT, no. VPN, no. No. But you can utilize firewall feature. So you can see now here we have limitation, right? In layer 2
This means,
firewall.
Mr. Ajito, when the company
Mhm.
gives the two L2, this means that they pay less maybe because there's no routing features in layer 2 transparent firewall, no?
See, depend upon scenario, Ahmed. I will tell you the scenario, okay? In this scenario, you need to use your firewall device as a layer 2, Ahmed.
Yeah.
It's depend upon scenario. But my point is what if you compare both the firewall device with each other, both the mode L3 and L2. So you can see now, if I'm using my box as a L3, so we have a great feature, right?
Yeah, yeah.
We can configure IP address on interfaces. We can configure routing, NAT, VPN. Yes, we
Yeah,
can implement.
yeah.
But in case if I'm using my complete box as a layer 2 firewall device, I have limitation, right?
Right, yeah.
So we'll discuss. Okay, we'll discuss what is the difference and what is the scenario exactly. So
Thank
we have
you.
a dedicated topic to discuss transparent firewall device, or you can say layer 2 firewall. So first we can discuss basic initial option. how to configure policy because it's a firewall device. So to allow your traffic from one interface to another interface, how to configure access policy. And in layer 2 firewall, you can discuss a new concept is called ether type ACL. Ether type ACL. And this ether type ACL you can configure when your device mode is in transparent mode. When your firewall is in transparent or is in layer 2 mode, you can configure ether type ACL. Now, let's talk about other concepts. Wait. Okay, now next topic, next we can focus on these options. For example, how to configure logic interfaces like port channel interface or a red interface concept. So port channel is a ether channel and you guys are familiar with this concept, ether channel.
Yeah.
Okay, you can configure L3 ether channel. And what is red interface? I will explain you in topic. Red interface. And red interface is the common concept. A red interface you can configure in Cisco FTD device. You can configure in Fortinet firewall device. You can configure in endpoint firewall device. Red interface. Now let's talk about virtual firewall. Virtual firewall. So you can divide your single firewall box into multiple virtual firewall box. And we have a same concept. We have same concept in Fortinet. In Fortinet, you can divide your single firewall box into multiple virtual firewall box. In Fortinet, you can say VDOM concept. In Cisco, you can say virtual firewall. Or you can say security context. Security context. For example, if I have a firewall device, and this firewall device is connected with LAN side portion. Now this side, we have marketing, sales, and HR department. For example, this is your marketing department, this is your sales department, this is your HR department. So my point is, I'm looking for separate departmental control. Okay, I'm looking for separate departmental control, or you can say, I want to configure separate type of NAT policy, access policy, routing configuration for each department. Or we have another example. I'm looking for dedicated layer 3 firewall device for marketing and sales firewall device and layer 2 dedicated layer 2 firewall device for HR department. So into this scenario, I need three separate physical appliances. And if I'm going with three separate physical appliance, what about cost? That's why what we are doing, we can buy a single big box. Ajit, we can buy a single big box.
Okay.
With the help of license, Ahmed, you can
Yeah.
divide your single firewall box into multiple virtual firewall box. What you can do, you can divide your firewall box into three firewall box. This is your marketing firewall box, sales firewall box, and HR firewall box. Now, yes, here you
Okay.
have, yes, Ahmed.
Basically, this means that instead of buying physical firewall, you're just creating virtual firewalls, yeah?
Yes, exactly. Just like a VLAN concept,
Yeah,
Ahmed.
now, thank you very much.
Yes. So now, first you can divide your single firewall box into multiple virtual firewall box, and there is no any communication, Ahmed. There
All
is no
right.
any communication in between marketing, sales, and HR. No, no
Okay.
communication, no. And now first you can divide your single firewall box into multiple virtual firewall box, and after that you can assign your interfaces, your resources. For example, these are what interfaces. These are interfaces, or you can say resources. So we have fast Ethernet 0/0, 0/1, 0/2, 0/3, 0/4. 0/5. So now marketing traffic, this time marketing traffic is traveling via marketing firewall box. Sales traffic is traveling via sales firewall box. HR traffic is traveling via HR firewall box.
Oh, okay.
So we can discuss in detail, Ajit. Ajit, can you hear me, dear?
Yeah,
Ajit?
I can. Yeah.
Okay. So we can discuss in detail what is security context, how to create, how to verify. Okay, we'll discuss. So for this topic, you need license in your box. And yes, we have a proper license in our Cisco ASA firewall image. You can do your practice in your testing scenario, no problem.
Right. Okay.
Now, next is a common concept for any firewall device. It's called failover concept. It's a common concept. In Cisco ASA, you can say failover. In FTD, you can say failover. In Palo Alto, you can say high availability. In Checkpoint, you can say high availability. In Checkpoint, you can say clustering. In Fortinet, you can say high availability. In Palo Alto, you can say high availability. So what is failover? For example, I have one firewall device, and this firewall device is connected with LAN side network, and this side we have multiple computers. This side is what? ISP side portion. So into this topology, everything is working fine. Everything is working fine. For example, we have IP address on 0/0 interface, IP address on 0/1, for example, 192.168.10.1. This side 99.99.99.1. So we have proper configuration into this topology, routing configuration, interface configuration, ACL configuration, NAT configuration. You can say traffic is traveling through the firewall device. But into this topology, we have a single firewall box, everyone. We have single firewall box. In case if this box goes down, then you will lost your connectivity. Your LAN user, they cannot go on internet side. They cannot go on internet side. That's why what we can do, that's why we can add one more firewall device into this design, into this topology. We can add firewall box 2. This is firewall box 1. And when you add one more firewall device into this topology, let's change our design now. So here we have switch number 2. Switch number 2. This is switch number 1. ISP side portion. This is ISP side portion. This is your LAN side portion. So second firewall box I'm using for failover. I'm using as a backup firewall device. In between firewall box 1 and firewall box 2, yes, we have a link. This is called failover link. Or you can say failover link, or you can say high availability link. High availability link. If we talk about failover, so we have two options, active standby and active active. Active standby and active active. In active standby, you can utilize only one firewall box. You can utilize only one firewall box. And see, remember always, in Cisco ASA and in Cisco FTD scenario, you can configure failover only in between two firewall device. Ajit. Only in between two firewall device, everyone. But if you go with Fortinet, for example, in Fortinet or in Checkpoint, for example, in Fortinet and in Checkpoint, you can add 8 firewall device in a single high availability cluster. 8 firewall device. In Palo Alto, ASA, FTD, you can configure failover only in between two firewall device. So my point is what if you go with active standby mode, in active standby mode, you can utilize only one firewall box. So one firewall box status is what? Active. And second firewall box status is what? Standby. Standby. And what is firewall box 2? Firewall box 2 is a copy of firewall box 1, Ahmed.
Yeah.
Firewall box 2 is a copy of firewall box 1. Okay, whenever you are configuring anything, interface configuration, routing configuration, NAT configuration, ACL configuration. Whenever you are configuring anything in your active box, all the configuration will replicate through this failover link, okay, in Firewall box 2.
So this is
Firewall
like
box,
more like HSRP, yeah?
sorry, can you
Is
repeat?
it like more like HSRP and GLBBP?
No, no. In
No.
HSRP, in VRRP, GLBP, you have separate IP address configuration. Ahmed,
Oh, okay.
if you
Okay.
remember,
Yeah, I remember.
separate configuration on each device, L3 device. But here I'm talking about what? We have same configuration. For example, we have same IP here on fast Ethernet 0/0. 192.168.10.1. Same IP we have. But you cannot utilize your second firewall device because your second firewall device mode is what? Ahmed?
Yeah.
Standby. That's why
Standby.
you cannot utilize. So now
Oh,
this box is active. So all the traffic is traveling via this active box. Perfect, no problem. Now, in case if this box goes down, if this box goes down and firewall box 2, he is not getting any hello packet through this failover link because box 1 is not available. So firewall box 2 can get an idea. I think firewall box 1 is not available. And now let's change mode. And I am active firewall device. And traffic is automatically traveling via this side. No problem. So in active standby mode, you can only utilize one firewall box at a time. If primary goes down, then secondary will take the responsibility. Right now, I'm giving you the basic idea, but we'll discuss in detail. We'll discuss some troubleshooting concept. What is failover link? We'll discuss in detail.
mm.
So what is active standby? In active standby, you can utilize only one firewall box, but if you go with the active mode, active mode. So active mode, first, active mode, you can only configure in Cisco ASA. If you compare with Cisco FTD, Cisco next generation firewall device, so active option is not available in Cisco Firepower Threat Defense. Okay. But in Cisco ASA, you can implement both active standby, active. But in FTD, you can only configure Ajit active standby. Clear my point? Now, in active, this concept is called what? Active with multi-context. 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 What is multi-context? This is virtual firewall. You can say context. So we'll discuss in detail, okay? But my point is what? In active, you can utilize both the firewall devices. Both the firewall devices. For example, some traffic is traveling via this firewall box 1, other traffic is traveling via firewall box 2.
So it's like load balancing. You need to do
It's not
balance
a load
both.
balancing. No, Ajit, no.
Okay.
It's not a load balancing, no. If you go with Fortinet, Ajit,
Yeah.
if you go with Fortinet, sorry, if you go with Fortinet, then yes, there is a load balancing technique.
Okay.
Ajit, but in if you go with Cisco ASA firewall device, it's not a load balancing, no.
Yeah.
Clear my point? What
Clear.
we
Clear.
can do in active scenario, let me tell you, no problem. See, so you have box 1, okay? Box 1. So you have two devices, okay? Now I'm talking about active scenario. I'm giving you the basic idea first, okay? So what you can do, you can divide your box into two virtual firewall device, marketing and sales. Marketing and sales. In active scenario, I'm using active scenario. Why? Because I want to utilize both the firewall device. Am I right?
Yeah.
So for marketing, wait. So for marketing users, this is marketing user. These are sales user. So now for marketing team, for marketing users, this box 1 is a active. This marketing is what? Active. But this marketing in box 2, status is what? Passive. In box 2, sales status is what? active, but in box 1, sales status is what? Passive. So for marketing users, this box is active. Clear my point, Ajit?
Yes.
And if this complete box goes down, no problem.
Okay.
This box will become this marketing will become active. Now for sales user, box 2 is what? Active, and box 1 is what? Passive state. So this is not a load balancing, Ajit.
Okay.
We'll discuss it detail.
Yes. Fine.
Now, the next topic is what? Deep packet inspection. Deep packet inspection, everyone, or you can say MPF, Modular Policy Framework. So Cisco ASA is a second generation firewall device. This firewall cannot detect viruses, applications, URLs. No, no. But yes, Cisco ASA is giving you option. If you are looking for deep packet inspection, Cisco ASA can help you. Deep packet inspection. For example, I am looking for deep packet inspection in protocols, FTP protocol, DNS protocol. So these options you can use in deep packet inspection. First, we'll discuss what is exactly the concept of deep packet inspection and what is default global policy. Yes, we have a default global policy for deep packet inspection. But in case if you want to create your own custom deep packet inspection policy, yes, option is available. You can configure. So you can say deep packet inspection or you can say MPF, modular policy framework. Now, as I said, we can configure our firewall device in CLI mode, okay, and in graphical. So yes, we have a topic, how to access our Cisco ASA firewall device with graphical page. So for some configuration, yes, I will go with the graphical page. Like VPN implementation. For VPN, for remote access VPN implementation, yes, I can go with graphical page. I will show you. Now VPN, yes, like NAT and routing, VPN is a common concept for any firewall device. It's a common concept. So first we can discuss about what is VPN, why we are using VPN, what is the benefit to use VPN, virtual private network. If we talk about implementation, so yes, we have two type of VPN implementation. The first option is what? IPsec, and second option is what? SSL implementation. IPsec we are using for site to site VPN connectivity. For example, you have two branch office A and branch office B. If you want to connect these two branch office over this untrusted network, over this public network in a secure manner, so yes, you can establish VPN connection in between site A and site B. This type of connection is called site to site VPN connection. And for site to site, we can go with IPsec option. We can go with IPsec option. But we have one more type of VPN implementation. This is called remote access VPN. Remote access VPN. In remote access VPN, your outside user, your remote user, home user, okay, he's trying to access company private resources. For example, he is an outside user. He has simple Wi-Fi modem at his home. And this outside user is trying to access company private resources. For example, this side you have some servers. For example, web server, SMTP server, FTP server. So this outside user, he has simple Wi-Fi modem at his home, you can say. He has internet connectivity, you can say. Internet connectivity. So
Can I
for,
ask you? Yeah.
yes, Ahmed.
So now, if I understood you correct, SSL means that the remote, user will be able to access my LAN, yeah?
Yes, yes, yes.
While
Remote
the
user can access your private resources.
okay,
For example, you have some users, okay? Your company users, your company, for example, your marketing person, salesperson, okay?
yeah,
And every day they are in a different location, or maybe they are at home, okay?
yeah.
So they want to access FTP server. So they need to establish, for example, this outside user need to establish his VPN connection first. VPN connection first. And this connection is called what? Remote access VPN connection. This outside user can establish his connection with his mobile phone, laptop, desktop, Ahmed. And
Right.
once this connection will establish, then yes, this outside user can access company private resources. Yes, can
Oh,
access
thank you.
company
Now I
private.
understand better. Thank you. While the IPsec is only the connection between the one connection, yeah?
Yes, the outside user is coming from untrusted network. That's why I need to establish a remote access VPN connection. This complete connection is a secured connection, encrypted connection, Ahmed.
Sure, I understand. But what about the IPsec? I didn't get the side to side. Does it mean only encryption between the one connection, the side to side?
In side to side, you are connecting your branch offices, complete branch office. Okay. For example, one branch office is in India, one branch office in the US. Okay. You want to connect securely, you can go with side to side, Ahmed.
Okay, it's a one connection. Understand. Okay.
Yes, branch to branch connectivity. I'm
Right.
talking about if any outside user, single user,
Yeah.
a group of users, they are trying to access private resources, Ajit,
Okay.
they can go with remote access VPN connection. And see, for remote access VPN implementation, everyone, we have two options. For site to site, you can go with IPsec only. But if you talk about remote access VPN implementation, you can configure remote access with IPsec or you can configure with SSL.
Thank you.
Now the point is, which one is a popular option? Which one is a popular option in between IPsec and SSL, and why? Why? So I will tell
That's
you
it.
the difference, okay, in between IPsec and SSL.
Yeah.
But remember, always for remote access VPN, SSL is a popular option. I will tell you why it's a popular option, but SSL is a popular option. So in SSL, we'll discuss two lab here in our training. In SSL, we'll focus on client less SSL VPN and full client SSL VPN. So we have two options, two type of implementation, client less SSL VPN and full client SSL VPN. So these are what? These are our topic discussion. I hope it's clear.
Thank you. Thank you, Mr. Gito.
Everyone, Ahmed, Ajit, I
Thank
hope.
you. This is very clear. Thank you.
So
Let's,
SSL having also other option like TLS also is coming in the picture
yes,
nowadays.
see, TLS it's a upgrade version of SSL, Ajit.
Yeah.
TLS is a SSL, Ajit, but it's just an upgraded version of SSL.
Yeah.
So
1.2,
now, now,
1.3.
now, outside user they can establish their connection with TLS. Yes, they can establish. But my point is what the topic is what SSL. This is
Right.
SSL connection, or you can say
Okay.
TLS connection, transport layer security.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah.
Now let's take a break for 5 minutes. Okay. Then we can
Okay.
continue our session. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's
Thank
at 11:44 on my side. We will continue at 11:55
you. Okay. Thank you.
after 10 minutes.
Right.
Thank you.
Okay.
Okay, Ajit,
Thank you.
Ahmed, please turn off your
Yeah.
mic,
Okay.
everyone.
Yeah.
Everyone, can you hear me? Ahmed, Ajit.
Yes.
Okay. Ahmed, can you hear me?
Yeah.
Okay. Everyone, let's continue our topic now.
Okay.
Okay, so before start Cisco ASA firewall device, let's talk about firewall concept first. Firewall. So what is firewall device? Can anyone help me? Ahmed, what do you think about firewall? Ajit?
Yeah, it's used for
To follow the traffic.
You can explain. Yes, Ajit?
Yeah, to follow the traffic, I think, from one device to another device.
Okay. We can do same task in router. Why firewall? Ahmed?
uh, used to blocking traffic that you don't want to let in, and allowing, permitting, and denying.
Permitting, deny, or allow a block, right? Ajit?
Yeah, and for inspection in
Inspection, good. Yes, it's a good word. Inspection the traffic. Inspect the traffic.
yes.
Okay, let's talk about firewall device, everyone. What is firewall exactly? Firewall is just like a router. Firewall is just like a router. For example, in router, you can configure routing, right?
Yes.
You can configure in firewall, no problem. In router, you can configure NAT for translation. Yes, you can configure in firewall device. In router, you can configure VPN. Yes, you can
Yes.
configure in firewall device. So firewall is just like a router, everyone. It's just like a router.
Okay.
But yes, in firewall, we have some advanced feature which router cannot provide you. Router cannot provide you. But yes, firewall you can use as a complete router device. Now, what is firewall exactly? Firewall is a system, you can say, system or group of system that can manage access between network. Between network means what? LAN network. We are familiar with LAN network and WAN network. What is your LAN network? Your private network. Your private network is what? This is called LAN network, your private LAN portion. What is WAN network? So your public side network, your ISP side network, public side network, your ISP side network. This is called what? WAN network. So we are familiar with these options, right, Ahmed?
Yeah.
Ajit?
Yes.
Now we have one more term. We have one more term in firewall device. This is called DMZ network. DMZ network. Any idea about DMZ network, everyone?
Yeah, demilitarization zone.
Demilitarized zone. Okay. What is the use of this network? Because LAN network, yes, we are familiar with LAN network, our private network. WAN is yet, yes, it's our public side network. What is DMZ network? What is the use of DMZ network? Ahmed?
Yeah, you can let the one users to access the FTP, Telnet, DNS service, and so on.
Okay, but I can put all the devices in inside network, Ahmed, no problem. Let me tell you. See, Ahmed, for example, I have a firewall device. Okay,
Yeah.
any firewall device. I'm not talking about Cisco SA. Any firewall device.
Right.
So I have what inside network. This is inside network. In inside network, yes, I have some servers. For example, web server, SMTP server, DNS server, FTP server. So we have some server, HTTP server, DNS server, SMTP server, and yes, we have some client computers, laptop, desktop, and some company confidential servers we have. This side, company confidential server. So this portion is what? Our LAN network. My point is, if I'm putting all my devices in a LAN network. Now this portion is your ISP side network. ISP side network. Now into this topology, I want to allow some traffic from outside. Ahmed, Ajit.
Yeah.
I want to allow some traffic from outside. For example, outside users. Outside users can access our web server. Outside user can access FTP so that they can download or upload a files. So to allow your traffic from outside to inside, yes, you need to create policy. You need to create policy. How to create policy? This is not our task right now. How to create policy. But my point is what? To allow your traffic from WAN side network, from WAN to LAN. Yes, you need to configure policy. Like you are working with Cisco ASA firewall device, so you can configure ACL rule. So in ACL rule, in access control policy rule, what you can define? You can define your source IP, your destination IP, and service and protocol. So you can define here. You can define here this machine, this outside machine. Yes, this outside machine can can hit on firewall device and can access this web server, no problem. In your policy, you can define your source IP, your destination IP, your service and protocol. So based on your policy, yes, this outside user can access web server, can come to your LAN side network, can access this particular destination, no problem, as per your policy. But my point is, this traffic is coming from untrusted network, right, Ajit?
Yes.
Ahmed?
Yes.
This traffic is coming from untrusted
Untrusted.
network. So it may be possible, okay, this traffic can try to compromise your other devices, right? Right?
Yes.
Yeah.
Because traffic is coming from untrusted network. Traffic is coming from ISP side network. It is initiated from outside network. So it may be possible, okay, this traffic can try to compromise other devices. That's why what we can do into this scenario, what we can do, I'm not putting these servers in inside network or in LAN side network. No, no. I'm creating a separate zone. I'm creating a separate zone for these servers. This is a switch and I'm creating a zone. It's called DMZ zone. It's just a name, everyone. DMZ is just a name. You can use your name, no problem. Your name, my name, no problem. It's just a name.
Okay.
DMZ network. Now, what I can do, I can create a separate network, separate zone, and I can put all these servers, for example, web server, SMTP, FTP, DNS. I can put all these servers in DMZ side network. Why? Because these servers are publicly allowed for outside users. Outside users can access these servers. That's why these servers I'm putting in a separate network. This is called DMZ network. Now this time traffic is coming from outside. Traffic is going to hit on firewall device. When traffic will hit on this firewall device, firewall will check, and now firewall will redirect this traffic on DMZ side network. How to redirect our traffic? Yes, I will show you. In DNAT implementation, in destination NAT implementation, I will show you how to redirect our traffic. Okay, so my point is what? When traffic will go coming from outside, going to hit on this WAN interface, your firewall will redirect this traffic on DMZ side network. So your LAN portion is secure now. Your LAN portion is what? Secure now. Clear my point, Ajit, Ahmed?
Yes.
So,
Yes.
so this DMG we need to create at firewall or at a switch?
Yes, DMZ network we can create in a firewall. Just an interface, Ajit. It's
Okay.
nothing.
Okay.
Just an interface, okay? For
Yeah.
example, this is your fast Ethernet 0/0, okay? You can go to this interface and you can use a name DMZ network. Done.
Fine.
I will tell you how to configure it.
Yeah.
Okay, I will tell you. But clear the concept, we can create a separate network. We can create a separate zone is called DMZ network. What is the use of DMZ network? Clear for you?
Yes, clear.
Okay, in DMZ network, we can put these servers because these servers are publicly allowed for outside users. Now let's talk about firewall modes. Wait, let's talk about firewall mode. So we can use our firewall device as a layer 3 firewall device, and we can use our firewall device as a layer 2 firewall. I'm talking about common concept of firewall device. I'm not talking about Cisco ASA right now. So you can use your firewall device as a layer 3 or as a NAT mode firewall device, or you can use a firewall box as a layer 2, or you can say transparent firewall device. So if I have a box, I told you, if I have a device, if this device I'm using as a L3, so these interfaces are called L3 interfaces. Everyone remember our discussion?
Yes.
L3 interfaces, we can configure IP address on these interfaces. We can configure routing into this box, NAT, VPN. But in case if we are using this complete box as a layer 2, so we cannot configure IP address on these interfaces because these are L2 interfaces.
Yeah.
We cannot configure routing, NAT, VPN, no. So the point is, in which scenario we can use our complete firewall box as a layer 2 firewall. As a layer 2 firewall. Clear my point, Ahmed? Ajit?
Yeah.
Yes.
Clear now, everyone? Okay. Now let's talk about scenario. Let's talk about scenario where we can use our firewall box as a layer 2 firewall box. So I'm working in a existing routing switching topology. For example, I have a router device. This is ISP side portion, and this router is connected with LAN side network. LAN side network. Yes, we have some computer this side. This is existing routing switching topology. Into this topology, everything is working fine. This traffic will go and hit on switch. Switch will forward this traffic to the router, and based on routing table, router will forward this traffic to outside. Everything is working fine into this topology. Now, as a network administrator, now you want to deploy a firewall device here into this existing scenario. Because I'm looking for packet filtering, I want to filter my network. So I want to deploy a firewall device. And before deploy a firewall device, everyone, see, this is what? Our LAN side subnet. And this is what? Our WAN side subnet. So if I'm trying to deploy our firewall device here in inline mode, and this box I'm using as a layer 3 firewall box, this box I'm using as a layer 3 firewall box. So these interfaces are called L3 interfaces. If these interfaces are L3 interfaces, so each interface will participate in different subnet. Just like a router, Ajit, Ahmed,
Yeah.
Ajit,
Yeah.
each interface will participate in different subnet. It's like a router. In router, what we have? In router, if we have 3 interfaces, so each interface will participate in different subnet.
Right.
My point is, if I'm trying to deploy a complete layer 3 firewall device into this existing scenario, so I need to change existing IP address scheme. Now this single subnet is now divided into 2 different subnet. Different subnet. Clear my point?
Yes.
You need to change your existing IP address scheme. No problem. I want to deploy my firewall device as a layer 3 firewall box. So yes, I can change existing IP address scheme. I can deploy my firewall device as a layer 3. No problem. I can do this. But in case if you don't want to change, anything, any existing IP address scheme into this existing scenario, and you want to deploy a complete firewall device into the scenario. So yes, you can go with layer 2 firewall. You can go with layer 2 firewall. layer 2 firewall. If you are using this box as a layer 2 firewall device, then yes, no need to configure IP address on 0/0, IP address on 0/1. No need to configure any IP address. So they
No
are
IP address for
in
incoming
same
traffic.
subnet.
Yeah,
You can just give a name.
yeah.
Ajit, you can give a name. For example, this is your
No.
inside interface. This is what your outside interface. Clear my point?
Okay.
You can just give a name. To allow your traffic, yes, it's a firewall device. To allow your traffic, you can configure ACL rule, yes.
So this basically means that when you need to use the same IP address, then you go into transparent mode, yeah?
Yes. Transparent mode, Ahmed, most of the time we are using in existing data center network.
Oh, data center,
Okay,
okay.
for example, you have existing data center network and now you want to deploy a complete next generation firewall devices in your existing data center network. So data center network is a complex network, okay? I don't want to change any existing IP address scheme, but I want to deploy our complete firewall device. Then we can
Right.
use our box as a layer 2.
Layer 2.
Layer
But
2,
we have
okay.
limitation. But we
Right.
have a limitation. Okay, we have limitation. We cannot configure routing, NAT, VPN. No. But this is the scenario in an existing network, or you can say in a live network. In live network, you want to deploy a firewall device and you don't want to change any IP address scheme, then yes, you can deploy your firewall device as a layer 2 firewall box. Clear now my point, everyone?
Yes. Okay.
Yeah, Mr. Jitsu, can I ask you, please? You
Yes,
know,
yes, yes.
I know some technicians,
Mhm.
the company where I work, and they told me that they work as a layer 2 firewall technician. So
Mhm.
this means that there's no IP address.
Yes, in
They
firewall
only
device, in firewall interface, no IP address. Yes,
Okay, okay. So basically, they're just sitting there and they don't configure IP address. They're just watching the traffic coming
yes,
in and going out, something like that, maybe.
yes.
Right,
Clear
right.
now?
Yeah, yeah.
Okay, everyone, let's continue this topic tomorrow, Ajit. Ahmed.
Fine.
Right.
Okay.
Okay, and see, our session is what? Our session timing is what? This is just introduction session, you can say.
Yeah.
11 a.m. to 12:30 p.m. IST. This is our time, Ahmed. Okay.
Fine.
Please share your, I think you guys already share your email ID, right?
Yeah,
So
I will.
in 15 minutes, I'm sharing today's session video, slides and notes, and EVNG full pack. Okay, everyone?
Okay.
Thank you. Mr.
Bye,
Jit, I
guys.
want to
Take
tell you,
care. Yes,
I want
Ahmed.
to tell you one thing, please.
Yes, Ahmed. You can ask.
Next week I'm going to travel to Africa
Okay.
because I live in Sweden. I'm going to be away from Sweden for 3 weeks, and I will come back on the
Next
7th.
week, you are not available, right?
No, no, I will be available. What I'm trying to tell you is because in Africa, the internet connection is very slow. It's not as speed as in Sweden. So
Okay.
I will try to stay connected. But in case, if I get disconnected, then, because the internet is very poor.
Hmm.
But once you finish, the batch, once you record, you can just share it. So I will try to download. So it's going to be 3 weekends. But I will be available, but it's only the internet is very poor in Africa. That's what I'm trying to tell
No,
you, yeah?
no problem. No problem.
So
Sure,
I'll
Ahmed.
stay available, but you can still have the lectures and share. So, but I'll come back to Sweden on
Hmm.
the 7th. Then it's gonna, because, the internet is very good here in Europe, yeah, compared to
Okay.
Africa.
Okay, no problem. I will share the videos. Okay, Ahmed.
Okay, but I'll try to connect
So
anyway.
tomorrow we have a session, everyone.
Yeah,
Ajit,
yeah, tomorrow I'll
Ahmed.
be
See,
available.
tomorrow we have a session.
Okay.
On 14, I am not available. Ajit,
Okay. Okay.
Okay.
on 14. But
14.
yes, we will continue on 15. But tomorrow we
Okay.
have a session. Okay. Tomorrow I
Fine.
will update you. Okay, everyone.
Okay. Thank you very much.
Bye, guys. Take care.
Thank
Thank
you.
you.
Bye.
Bye, everyone.